for those of you who may not know, and I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast, you already do, there was a tragic shooting in Buffalo, New York, this past Friday, about a week ago. If you're listening now, if you're listening live, and there was a white supremacist, I'm not even going to say his name, who went to a black neighborhood to take 10 lives. Most of the folks were, everybody was shopping at a grocery store called Tops, and it was intentional that this person went to this specific place, and a lot of the people are elders, like 40, 50, 60 years old, grandmothers, aunties, wives that have been with their husbands for 50 plus years. And it's unfortunate. And on this podcast is about 2 years old. We've covered everything from the pandemic on. And if you notice, in the summer, we die, bro. In the summer, it's so strange that the frequency by which, when the temperature turns up a little bit, how much the violence does as well. But there's an interesting phenomenon that happens when it comes to violence and black people, and that's what we're going to discuss today. And it's about black forgiveness. There's always an aspect of we forgive the offender. We are Bible thumpers. We are very much quick to attribute everything to what it's supposed to be and how God is supposed to look out for us. But I want to kind of dissect, why do we forgive so easily when tragedy happens to us time and time and time again? So you wanted to say something?
Well, first I want to say, in the great words of 50 Cent, in the hood, summertime is the killing season, and it's hot out this bitch, and that's a good enough reason. So we have a lot of freaking issues. It's something about the energy, the aura, the hot. You've been cooped up all winter because you go in and out. I don't know what it is, but it's not just in the hood. Like, that's even for the professionals that are supposed to be trained professionals as well. They get more action, so they on their Call of Duty shit, like where they like, all right, cool.
And you make a good point. I don't want to deviate too far, but like you saw the humanity by which the police treated this person with when they just killed 10 people.
Don't get how that consistently happens.
Every time, no matter what city.
I don't understand how it consistently happens. When you look at Dylan Roof, like who was found
the Burger King
and taken to go get some food, it's like, why do we get killed while sleeping in our beds, while reaching for a wallet or a cell phone, but armed
Skittles
shooters?
What else is there? Looking at property.
It's crazy.
Just it's insane, man. And I told the guys that on Monday. So I think the tragedy happened Friday or Saturday. Monday morning of this week.
I think it was Saturday.
So on Saturday, I was just sad, bro. Like, I really feel like I don't get sad very often, but I think the compounding factors of what's happening with the world, like, there's a tremendous amount of pressure and anxiety that comes with trying to be a decent human in the world, but also dodging all the other idiots that are doing things to make other people happy. But there's also there's a lot of propaganda that happens from people who probably don't even believe the things that they're saying, that are influencing the people who actually do believe the things that they're saying, and they're taking people's lives. And there's no accountability for those people either. So instead of trying to just paint this broad stroke of like black pain and things that are happening to us, I do want to focus on so Cleveland, I'll start with you. Why do you feel as if one of our number one things to go to after tragedy is forgiveness?
I don't know. I think it's counterproductive though, because I think in trying to jump to forgiveness, I think that further kind of dehumanizes us. Like, yeah, you just beat me up, you just killed me, but no, we cool. It's all good. We forgive you. And that's not even human, to forgive someone of such a heinous act so quickly. To me, it's at that point, it's only words. You don't truly forgive somebody. Yo, I'm looking at the pictures of these victims who were murdered by this man, and these are people, a lot of older folks, and there were some younger folks in there, but I don't forgive you if you just killed my grandma who was going to the store to go shopping right after it happened. That's not even a reasonable thing to say. And I think it I don't know what picture people try to paint by throwing out this word of forgiveness so quickly, but it's not true forgiveness. It takes a long time to forgive people of things and then not hold on to it. So you can't tell me that someone can truly forgive someone right after it happened and it be genuine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why that.
But
why
you
that
just
happens.
you just reminded me of something, and I want to get your point on this too. I think that when you think about what slavery has done to us in terms of with our captors, people have heard of Stockholm syndrome, but when you think about how people, slave owners, were using the Bible to justify the actions by which were happening to our people, it may be ingrained somewhere deep where you just are forgiving of the people who do such heinous things to you over and over and over, and it boggles my mind why we are in love with the opinions of white people who have continuously done these things way more than we've done them to each other, and just continue to just I don't know, man. It's a lot. Like it's so deep, it's so real, and I don't forgive none of these motherfuckers for none of this shit. I don't what are we forgiving you for? For you to do it again? If you are an offender if you break the law, you go to jail. You don't break the law, so you know what, bro? I know you didn't mean it. I forgive you.
No. If we break the law, we go to jail, and that's the distinct difference of the two. Because you hit the nail on the head. You know where I was going with it. Whenever y'all know me as a person, whenever there's a problem, I can't look at the actual problem. I have to look at the root of the problem, where it started. Because as much as you cut it, the branch is still going to keep growing back, because you never took care of the root.
Right.
They never took care of the root. And the root stems from that slavery where we, honor thy master. They pretty much twisted the words and had us believe. Remember, this is not our form of religion. This
Right.
was a trained and taught behavior. And all we did was keep teaching it, indoctrinating our families with it. And because of that, we always say like the phrases, the let go and let God, and he got control,
Right.
da da da.
Right.
And don't get it twisted. I'm no antichrist. I do believe there is a God and a higher power.
Right.
I just don't believe that
He wants us to continue to keep turning the
yeah,
other
we
cheek.
supposed to just be all right. Like, nah. Because even then, his only begotten son, as they say, in the description was a black man. I don't care what nobody say. The description is the description, and the white man wrote the Bible, and for a white man to write the Bible and say he looked like one of us, that's it. It is what it is, right?
For the record, that's the only time y'all gonna hear is they'll say he believed the white man, for the record. But keep going.
Yeah, that was it. But I don't understand. I don't know that. I don't think that the purpose of even God creating his son to represent, they say die for the sins or whatever. I don't know a parent that is okay with sacrificing their kid. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just the whole thing is a little off. You know what I'm saying? But we do forgive too easily, and we keep going to that. That's our go-to. And it bothers me because I don't believe in that. I don't forgive at all,
Yeah.
90% of the time. I'll be honest with you.
You can think back to
Yeah.
whatever episode Forgive or Forget was. You can find
Thank
it on
you.
your own. But
Look
And-
for
and I
forgive
wanna-
or forget, and I say F that. You did it. You chose to do it. You premeditated. I don't care. Ain't no excuse. You did it. Live with it.
And I want to add to that, because like when it comes to Christianity, I think we've been, because it was so misused and abused, a lot of times we see it as a white man's religion when it's honestly,
come on,
it's
pulpit
not.
poppy. Come
When
on.
the roots of Christianity go back and stem from Africa. Like before, like they talk about like Constantine, all of that. Like you trace Christianity back to Africa. And when you read the Bible, it was just distorted. It was perverted. And anytime something is misused or abused, a lot of times a lot of people will reject it because you think that the thing is bad. And it's not that the thing is bad. It's just that it was misused. Belts are supposed to hold up pants. But if you got a spanking with it, you can't now say belts are bad. Like it has a purpose. It has a use. You know what I mean? And I think that when it comes to sometimes people forget the humanity that is even shown through Christ in the Bible. Like the purpose of Christ coming was to condemn sin in the flesh. It wasn't so much, it was to condemn sin in the flesh. And Christ even had second thoughts about going to the cross. Christ had moments of humanity where he's like, yo, I really got to do this. Like, so how are we then expected as believers to just think that we're going to take abuse and not have a human reaction to a human issue? And that's what's being painted now. And I think, again, it goes back to dehumanization of black people.